Hi guys, Coleman, by 95.7, and this is 3 Points with Coleman. Let's go to Frackville. Yeah, I never heard of it either. Let's go to Frackville, where a 33-year-old woman, Nicole, was arrested in her part of a grave robbery. She convinced two dudes to go to this grave site and dig up her urn and bring it back to her. It was the urn of her deceased boyfriend. Well, the family of her deceased boyfriend kind of figured out that she, Nicole, played a part in the theft of the urn and notified the police. Well, what the police did was get in contact with Nicole's probation officer. Yes, Nicole was on probation because, of course she was. And the probation officer snitched and told the cops that, yes, when I went to Nicole's house, there was an urn sitting on a living room table, along with all sorts of other drug paraphernalia, some crystal-like substances, and some pipes. So Nicole got to go to jail. Point number 1. When did they start burying urns? See, I didn't even know that that was a thing that happened. I thought that when you died, they either put your body in a casket and they buried you in the casket, or you got cremated and they put your ashes in the urn and you put the urn on display at your house or something like that. I didn't know that you could get cremated, put your ashes in the urn, and then bury the urn as well. That just seems like overkill for some reason. Also, this urn, in this particular case, was worth $300. Wow. I'll be honest with you, I don't think my ashes are that important. If I ever get cremated, you can just put me in an empty beer bottle. Point number 2. Where did she find two dudes that were willing to go to a gravesite and dig up the urn of a deceased boyfriend? The way that Nicole carries herself, the fact that she is currently on probation, the fact that she had drug paraphernalia just sitting in her living room while she was on probation, the fact that she even had the idea to go dig up the urn at a gravesite leads me to believe that maybe Nicole couldn't really hold down a job. So I'm sure she didn't have money to hire these dudes. So what did she have to offer? Either she had to offer them drugs or she had to offer them sex. I'm going to say she offered them drugs because I'll be honest with you, I don't think there's a vajayjay on the planet that's worth digging a grave for. Point number 3. I kind of feel bad for Nicole. It's obvious to me that she is not the sharpest knife in the drawer. She is not the brightest of light bulbs. It's not the smartest idea to organize a grave heist of your deceased boyfriend's urn. It's not a smart idea to organize a grave heist in general. But also, if you're going to organize a grave heist, why would you leave the evidence slap dab in the middle of your living room table next to drug paraphernalia, knowing that you're on probation? Knowing that your probation officer can just pop up at your house at any time. You have the evidence on the table. But then again, maybe I have my hopes way too high for a chick that's clearly on drugs. My overall point is this. I really feel bad for the deceased boyfriend. Based on all the actions that Nicole took, the fact that she is on probation already, the fact that she is clearly on drugs, the fact that she would be bold enough to hire people to dig up an urn at a grave, the fact that she would leave the evidence of that grave theft on her living room table, that leads me to believe that she was probably not the best person to be with in a relationship. I'll say it. Maybe the boyfriend's deceasedness was the escape he needed to get away from that toxic relationship. Oh no, but Nicole wasn't letting that go, because even in death, she went to go grab the ashes of her deceased boyfriend to bring them back home. So there was no escape. It puts a spin to that phrase, till death do us part, because even in death, the deceased boyfriend couldn't part from Nicole. Yikes. This is 3 Points with Coleman, and I'm about to go score. Swish.